Okay, we need to talk. But first, I have to ask you, do you want to know the truth or do you want to hear the lies? Do you want to see a fake rosy picture with everything nice? Or do you want to see a regular girl who's sharing her life, all her ups and downs, all the phases of life, good or bad decisions? So, this is for all the people who have questions about a lot of things. And let me tell you guys, it takes guts to share your life and your things on social media. Even my parents, say sometimes, why do you share everything? You should keep some things personal and only share bits and pieces of your life. But here I am, not thinking about anything, with no filter, not even thinking what the world will say when I do this or that. I just do it and I just share it and I really speak my heart out for everything. But I guess that is a big problem. Okay, let me first tell you the purpose of this channel. I actually started this channel to share my life, to give you a very real portrayal of someone who's just like you, who's trying to figure out life as it goes, who will not be happy every time. I try to keep it as real as much as I can, thinking that it might help someone sitting somewhere in the world with anything that I'm sharing, And also, I'm not here to paint a rosy picture or to show you a very dreamy life. This channel is real. Sometimes it's hard for me to share things because everyone is watching the videos, right, from all over. And I'm sure it's tough for you guys also to hear the truth because everybody is okay when things are all positive and nice. People just come, watch the videos for their entertainment and they leave. But when you talk about something which is kind of sad or controversial or something that is difficult to hear, then that's where the problem comes. But isn't that the reality of life? I don't know who is actually living a life where everything is just perfect. At least I'm not living that life. And I'm sure you aren't either. So let me tell you, why am I talking about all of this stuff? So today morning, I woke up and I was going through all the comments in my recent video where I shared harsh reality of Canada, where I shared we are thinking of moving to Calgary but not sure. It was just a thought that came to our mind. For some people, the whole conversation didn't go in the right way. Some people did understand because they sent genuine suggestions for things I could do, but there were some comments where people were like, this is all fake and I'm just doing it for the views. And also the next video that I posted when I went out and just did my usual stuff, I went for my threading, got a new drone, and then people were like, oh, this is so fake. Like, first you post about things being expensive and you're struggling, and on the other hand, you keep buying stuff and this and that. So guys, let me tell you and give you a big disclaimer. First of all, in that video, I genuinely shared what I have been feeling since a couple of weeks. But at the same time, I never said I am miserable. I never said that we can't afford what we have right now. I never said we are in a financial crisis. The only thing I said, so just to be clear, whatever we are earning, for example, it's this much. This portion goes into mortgage, your property tax and everything, utilities. Next portion goes in your groceries. Next portion goes in your fixed other monthly expenses. And then there's some portion left which we spend on travel because travel is important to us for our sanity. And a little percentage is left for our own personal expenses. And that's it. If 60% is going in your mortgage and your housing expenses and everything, if that can be like just 30%, you would have so much left, right? And yes, we like to travel, we like to have a good life, we want to explore, we want to live life basically. So after all of those expenses, then yes, right now, because of the interest rates hike and everything, we don't really save anything. And that's why we were exploring Calgary, because there we might be able to do the same things. We might be able to earn the same amount of money, but we will still have one portion left that we can save, right? That's why that dilemma, that's why we thought of considering to move to Calgary. Here you might be paying 5,000 for your mortgage, but there we might be paying 1,500 for a mortgage, right? So that's a huge difference. That's what the situation we are in since the interest rates hike and everything. Before that, we were pretty comfortable when we bought this house. With the interest rates hike, even a person who's a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, who owns multiple properties in this country still talking about it. I'm not saying that I can't afford what I have right now. I can obviously do. That's why I'm living here. I'm able to do all the things. But I'm just saying, for the future, if the situations doesn't change, if the interest rates are just like that, then the portion that we are spending on this house, I mean, we can still spend it, whatever it is, even though our mortgage is double of what we had last year. But the only thing that made us question a lot of things is because of value for money. Yes, value that you get for the money that you spend. We work so hard, and this is not just with me but with everyone, I guess. I'm sure you are too. We always keep on thinking, how can we maximize the value that we are getting from this thing or that thing. And I know a lot of people who are businessmen here, and I also know a lot of content creators who are like big Canadian YouTubers who have moved from Canada to other countries, Indonesia, like Bali for example, just because of one thing: value for money. The cost of living is so low. It's not that they can't afford to be here, but sometimes you question, what are you even getting with spending so much of money here, right? So you question things. For example, someone who can even afford to buy a house in GTA might prefer buying a bigger house elsewhere, somewhere further in Ontario, just because they think the value that they're going to get for spending the same amount of dollars that they would spend in the other parts of Ontario is much greater than what they would spend here in GTA. So it's not always about affordability, and I never said I'm in financial crisis, I cannot afford my payments, I cannot live my life. Yes, I'm able to do that. It's not like I'm in debts or anything. I pay my credit card every month, like not even one single dollar goes to the next month. I clear it off even if I shop, even if I go out. But thinking about the future, when you think about like growing your family, and that's when me and Saransh, we were just kind of thinking that obviously being here in GTA, the housing prices are crazy. There's a huge portion of our income that goes in our mortgage and everything. But what if we could live the same life, earn the same amount of money, and just be in a different part of Canada where the huge portion that is going in our mortgage right now would be half, and then we'll be left with the other half that we can save or utilize for our own well-being. But here it's like, especially right now, the current situation that we are in, yes, it's difficult to save right now, because when your mortgage, for example, goes from 3,000 to 6,000, it is a difficult situation, right? And that is the harsh reality of Canada. And honestly, I was so disappointed to see that a lot of people took it in a very negative way. They were like, okay, stop spending what you're spending. We're saying something else in your other video, that you were complaining about the expenses and this and that. I wasn't complaining. I was just sharing what the reality of Canada is right now. Just honestly tell me anyone who's happy with the current situation of the housing market here in Canada. Nobody. Tell me a person who is happy with the interest rates hike. Nobody. Tell me someone who's talking about it. I'm sure we all are. And I shared it thinking that there might be someone out there who's going through the same situation, and just to let them know that they're not alone. We are all in this together and we are all doing our part. But I specifically mentioned in the video that, guys, please don't ask me to spend less and this and that. I am an adult. I know what I'm doing. And you only see a portion of my life. I don't really do daily vlogs, right? I'm not going out shopping every day. I'm not eating out every day. You only see probably my life during the weekends, or sometimes I do some things here and there. But otherwise, I'm just living a normal life. And we do have decent income that we are able to live this life. The problem would be there if we were on credit card debts and we're just trying to have this lifestyle where we don't even have that income. It's not even that case, but it's the value for money. What do you get for the amount of money that you spend? I hope it is clear now. So yeah, guys, you will still see me going out. I'm still going to shop. I will still travel. That is very, very important for us. And also, I recently posted on my Instagram also, what kind of videos do you like watching? And people want to watch all sorts of things. They want to see my life. They want to see all the places that I explored. They get good suggestions for the restaurants, cafes that they should visit, even for the clothes and everything. This is what my work is, right? Otherwise, if I don't do all of that, what's the point of having a YouTube channel? People get value out of all these videos, and that's why I share everything. And just that thought of moving to Calgary, honestly, if I had a chance, I would just go to Bali. I would not even be in this country, because with my work, I can do it from anywhere. I can probably start my own online business. I don't have to be at one location, but obviously Saransh has to. And now that we have moved, we have thought about building a life here. We are here. But if I was alone and doing things by myself, I would just move elsewhere, wherever I think is a right spot for my current situation. Like I'm sure we all know, the houses that you get in GTA versus what you get in Calgary, it's a lot of difference, right? You would pay half of the amount but still get actually a better house there in Calgary. So what's the harm in exploring? I'm saying it again, we are not moving to Calgary as yet. Whenever that happens, obviously I want to share with you, but only if you want me to, because otherwise I don't really want this judgment for something which does not even make sense. And yes, I did say we are stressed, and obviously anybody would be, like, if your mortgage increases 3,000 to 6,000, for example, which is very normal for anyone who can even afford that $6,000, you would still be stressed. And yeah, when I said in my previous video where I was like, we can't just live paycheck to paycheck forever, right? It's not sustainable. Yes, obviously, we want to save, we want to grow our family. There's so many other expenses that would come in the future, right? And with your income, there's always a limit, right? So you do question a lot of things. And about not saving a penny, yes, this is what the current situation is. But we all know we have to float through the situation. It's a tough time for everyone. And there's so many ways that we sacrifice in our life. I can't just go into nitty-gritties of everything, but we make sacrifices in our own way. You might have different set of expenses. We might have different set of expenses. This is what the life is, right? If everybody was the same, then why would you even watch this channel? You would just be watching yourself, right? So we all have a different life. We all have different priorities. For example, travel is very important to us. So we make sure that we save a tiny little bit for travel, and we have been doing that since 1 year. So yes, I'm going to travel this month. That will happen. This is what gives us the push to work hard and then travel and explore and get to learn so much about different cultures and about different places. But maybe for some people, maybe travel is not important. Maybe they want to have multiple properties and then they save and make those other sacrifices. Not everyone is same, right? But that doesn't mean I will not continue to talk about something that I've been feeling. Yes, I say sometimes that things are expensive. When they are expensive, I'm going to say they're expensive, right? Like even people who can afford things, they also say that it is expensive. Like we talk to people who have huge businesses in Canada and they still talk about how expensive things are. They still talk about how expensive mortgages have been, even though they own 10 to 15 properties here in Canada, even though they have huge businesses, even though they have 50, 60 people working under them. People still talk about it because it's the reality. What's the reality is the reality. I'm not saying live a YOLO life, you only live once, just do whatever, don't save this and that. That is our priority. That's why we are thinking about a future. That's why we were thinking to consider Calgary, just because of all of these things. Because right now we are young. It's me and Saransh, we discussed, right? Every couple has their own priorities and we wanted to travel as much as we can before we have a family. And even with my work, I just wanted to go all out with everything. So I'm doing everything that I want. But are things going to be the same next year? Next to next year? I don't know. Maybe it'll be more, maybe it'll be less. It will depend on my situation, my current situation, whatever I can afford. But yes, I will never go beyond my means. I wanted a really nice car. I wanted a Tesla, but did I buy it? No, because I cannot afford it right now. And when we bought this house, were we able to afford it? Yes, we were able to afford it. Did anyone know that interest rates would increase so much that a 4,000 mortgage would become 8,000? Nobody knew it. And would I still shop if I don't have the money? No, I won't. I am trying my best to work hard in my own way. If your priorities are different, I'm not going to judge you. So why judge me? I'm just being real with you. I'm just sharing what I'm doing in my life, good or bad. And yeah, coming to Calgary, obviously we can still afford to live in Ontario. But sometimes the other thing is too tempting, If we have a house which is like half the price of what we have right now, we would have such a lower mortgage that we have to pay. And we might even be like mortgage free in like just a couple of years. Isn't that a tempting situation for anyone who's living in the GTA? Even if we take that decision, it's not just going to be a hasty decision that we just sell off everything and just go. No. If we have to move, we'll obviously go there, explore the area, meet people who are living there, and then make our decision. But for now, it's just a thought. Also, guys, I have a lot of topics to talk about, but I'm not just sharing this to get views on my channel. I'm really not cooking up stories here. I don't know why is it so hard to understand, but I'm genuinely sharing my life here. Good, bad, but if you don't want to see all of that, let me know in the comment section below. I can just show you a very perfect life. I can just show you the places around. That's fine. But a lot of you want to see my life vlogs. That's why I try to share everything. But if you want to see what you see on Instagram, all shiny, nice, glitz and glam, that's it, then I don't know if this is the channel you should really see, because this is all real stuff. You'll hear a lot of stuff on this channel. Every human goes through different phases of life, and we should not just judge people and just probably listen to people with open heart and mind. And I'm not saying you would agree with me on every point or anything that I do in my life, and I want that feedback. I appreciate that feedback as a friend, as a family. I really want to continue to keep feeling that, okay, Pooja, you want to talk about something, let's switch on the camera. I don't want that filter here. I want to be honest with you, and I really appreciate good suggestions, good advice, just like how my family and friends would give me. Even if I sometimes do things which you don't agree with in my videos, just call me out, that's fine, but there is a way to do that, right? But if you think I'm fake, I just cook up stories and this and that, then probably you should not watch this channel, because I'm just going to be myself. And if someone feels this is a fake portrayal of life, then just be it. Well, this is my life, guys. This is who I am, the real me, and it really means a lot to have this community, but I want this community without judgment. I appreciate criticism, I appreciate feedback, I appreciate suggestions, advices, everything, but if you're completely off from this channel, if you completely think this is just bullshit, then just stop watching the videos, I guess. This is what Pooja is all about. This is what my life is all about, and that's it. That's all I wanted to say. There would still be people who are just going to say, even this is fake, like right now, whatever I'm talking, this is all bullshit. But obviously you can't keep everyone happy. This is social media. Like I remember when I left my job, there were few people who thought I just cooked up a story then and this and that. Like even with the financial situation, so many people were like, oh, they get money from their parents every month, they are rich and this and that. I tried to clear that off as well, but I can't just do it with everything, right? So I just want people who believe in me, who think that yes, this is a real girl sharing a life, and I really, really appreciate all those people. And honestly, it's a very tiny portion that is saying all of that. So this video is not for everyone, and if you're supporting my channel, I just really want to say a big thank you. Without you, I'm nothing. Not a lot of people believe in social media, because that's what it's all about. People show the highlights of their life and not the real stuff. Nobody wants to share that because you feel vulnerable, right? It's difficult to share those things, and I have shared a lot of things in my life, a lot of personal things in my life, which my friends also didn't know all these years, which my family didn't know. Like sometimes they watch the videos and then call me, oh, Pooja, what's happening? And then I'm like, okay, dad, this and that. And they tell me, okay, we just get to know everything from your videos, what you're going through and what you're feeling sometimes. So yeah, it is tough, guys, but this is what I wanted to do. I really wanted to help people out. I really wanted to tell them that they are not alone, and I'm sure there is something or the other in my life which would be relatable to someone somewhere sitting in the world in any way. I do get a lot of good comments as well, where people are so inspired by me, and I feel on top of the world, where I'm like, I don't even know what am I doing to inspire people. And there are other people who really wait to watch my videos, and I really appreciate that. But guys, let's be friends, like be a family, right? If we can't have that relationship, what is the point of this channel? I don't understand. I really hope it clears your confusion if you had any. We had an honest chat today, and I hope this was helpful. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye. Take care. Love you. And you are my family. And it would be great if you can treat me as your family. And that's it. Love you. Take care. Bye.